Just very quickly, I'll give you an update of what's going on in the English Premier League this morning, because we have Manchester City playing Burnley. Arsenal fans are crossing their fingers that Burnley can do well, because if City win today, they will leapfrog Arsenal into first place in the English Premier League. City wasted no time. They scored 5 minutes into the game from Erling Haaland. So far, they've had 5 corners up against Burnley. We're at 40 minutes gone now. I'm seeing it on Sky Sport. And Manchester City taking a corner, but it is 1-0 to them at the moment over Burnley. So, yeah, that's where we're at the moment.
You'll keep across that for us. Thank you very much, Nathan. 20 minutes to 8 now. And you're with Morning Report on RNZ National. Let's turn now to what's been happening around the world. Iran has attacked 3 vessels in the state of Hormuz. This comes after a ceasefire between Iran and the US was extended by US President Donald Trump. Iranian media have reported that 2 vessels have been seized by the Revolutionary Guard for maritime violations and were being escorted to Iranian shores. CNN's Elaine Jokos has the details.
It is very clear that the fight now is in the seas, and this is a maritime escalation that is now pretty much evident as Iran is trying to assert its control over the strait, and the United States acting with the enforcement of its naval blockade to try and squeeze Iran even further as they hopefully decide on whether they're going to have a conversation and engage in some kind of talks.
CNN in the UK, Keir Starmer has rejected the notion there was pressure from number 10 over the meeting. Yesterday, the Foreign Office Chief Ollie Robbins told MPs there was a dismissive attitude over Peter Mandelson's background checks. Answering questions in the House of Commons today, Sir Keir said due process was followed. The Independent's chief political commentator.
I think the Prime Minister's in a very, very difficult position. He did his lawyerly best today, but as Kemi Bateman rightly pointed out, his cabinet colleagues are reluctant to defend him, and Labour MPs are not happy. We saw Jonathan Brash, one of them, the MP for Hartlepool, saying it's a matter of when, not if, Keir Starmer goes.
European Union ambassadors have approved the finalisation of a €90 billion loan to Ukraine. The deal is expected to be signed off this week. It comes after Hungary lifted its veto on the deal. This was overturning a decision made by the former Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. The BBC's Jessica Parker has the details.
Viktor Orban, as I say, the outgoing Hungarian Prime Minister, long seen as leading a government that had kept close ties with Russia following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, was often seen as a thorn in the side of the EU as it looked to find ways to support Ukraine, whether it was through financial assistance like this, Ukraine's hopes of one day joining the European Union. So look, I think if we're honest, Ukrainians are not going to be sorry to say goodbye to Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban and President Zelensky had a very difficult relationship.
And finally, an AI film festival has been taking place in Cannes. The World AI Film Festival has showcased movies mostly produced by artificial intelligence. AI is often viewed as a danger to film industry jobs, very much so. The festival founder, Marco Landi, says it's a powerful tool.
When the film was coming out almost 80 years ago, people were scared because they said, this is the end of theater. And it was not the end of theater. When the movie moved from black and white to color, there was a major concern about what is going to happen. It's always the same situation. We need to embrace it and regulate it.
Marco Landi says the festival is about respecting filmmaking, but exploring opportunities to use new technology. 16 minutes to minutes.
And you're with Morning Report on RNZ National. Bit of feedback coming in. This is a text for Corin. I've been listening to RNZ my whole life and have always thought they were saying grapefruit oil. Finally, good to know it's Brent crude oil.
Get me some of that grapefruit oil.
Does it sound the same? I'm not sure that it does, but we all have those things.
And also, once you get something